Hi everyone. Okay, I'm doing my labor and delivery finally, so let me start off by saying I apologize that it took me so long to do this. And so um first off, sorry, I got a text. But yeah. Um I had I had woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, um, because I had to go bathroom. Sorry, it was, yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning, because my boyfriend had got off work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and whatever it's called. So as I was, as I was using the restroom, because I was waiting for him to get done using the restroom. That's when I used the restroom. And then, whatever it's called. After I got done, I wiped myself. There was blood because I had lost more of my cervical mucus because I thought I was already done. And so now I know what a bloody show looks like for the first time. And, whatever it's called. I let him sleep for a little bit. And then I tried to go back to sleep, but I couldn't because the oh my gosh, the cramps was so intense. Well, it wasn't intense right now by then, but it was like cramps for like my periods gonna start. That's how it felt like. And then after that, I had locked in the living room, tried to do my hospital bag for in case she comes like any day or something. Because I had a feeling like she wasn't going to come soon. But, but then again, I just did that. And then I was like, well, for in case if I do have to go to the hospital, I might as well just eat real quick for in case if, these, contractions or cramps would stop cramping and stuff, or stop going. And then after that, like, whenever I was done eating, I just bounced a little on his couch for like about 10 minutes, and then after that I went and took me a warm shower. I told my sister, I texted her that we might have to go to the hospital because I am probably having contractions. And then, she said that, I'm sorry, my daughter is right there, and whatever it's called. And then, and then my sister's like, okay, all she texted was okay because she was half asleep. Okay, and then, after that happened, I took my warm shower for about 15 minutes, and then the contractions was getting more intense to the point that I was crying like a baby. And then I told my boyfriend if he wants me to call the hospital or the doctors. He's like, just call the doctors. I said, F that, I'm gonna just call the freaking hospital. And there. I'm sorry. Oh, I know y'all hate looking at my damn forehead. But, whatever it's called. Okay. And then, and then after that, I had, so I had called the hospital, and I asked the lady, what does it mean to have, like, very bad cramps to the point that you're crying and shaking, and you're about 38 weeks and you lost your cervical mucus plug. And so the lady's like, that's sounds like preterm labor. And then I asked her if she wants me to go to the hospital for labor delivery, and she said yes, just come. And so I got off the phone with her, and I got my clothes ready. All I gotta do was my hair. And my boyfriend, I woke him up. I told him, "What the fuck are you laying down for?" Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. And I told him, "What the fuck are you laying down for? Get your ass up right now because we gotta go." And then and so he got up real fast and I got my son ready. We took him to my boyfriend's mom's house, and then we left to the hospital. And so after we left towards the hospital, they put me on a monitor, and then for about 2 hours, my contractions was like strong, and they stayed going. And then after that, the lady said that, "Oh, we're gonna make you walk for 2 hours." This was about 11 something, because I got there at 7 something. And so at 11 something, they told me that can walk for. Again, she checked my social security, checked my social security, but she checked my checked whatever, she checked me down there, and they said that I was about 2 to 3 centimeters dilated. And then after that, they said that we're going to let you walk for 2 hours. Here's your ice chips, and be back at 1:30. And so we got, I was walking. As I was walking, I was bouncing at the same time, because they said that my baby's head was like way back there. And so I only had one break, and that was like for 5 minutes. And then after I had a break, I started walking again and started bouncing again. And I texted my sister, "Come to the hospital because we might have her today." And she said that no, because every time we go to the hospital, they always tell you to go back home. And I was like, oh, what the fuck ever. And then after that, after I finished eating my ice chips, what is it called? It was like 1:30, because that's when I was finished. And then they put me on a monitor again. As they put me on a monitor, my daughter, her heartbeat rate went down only one time down. And then after that, they said that my contractions are getting more constantly together a little. And they said that I'm gonna check you again. And so they checked me. I was like about 3 centimeters dilated. And they said that my baby's head is finally down, I guess because I jumped as I was walking, bouncing. Same thing. And so, whatever it's called. So they put me to the delivery special room because the heart rate, and they said that if you don't dilate 4 centimeters dilate in a few hours, then they're gonna just let me go home. And so I was at the labor delivery special room 1. Sorry, I got a cold. And what is it called? After that, they had me on to the monitor and everything, IV and stuff. And then they checked my blood, like whatever it's called. And then after that, my sister finally came, and my boyfriend, he was just knocked out on the couch because I only gave him a few minutes to sleep. And then after that, let's see. Um, Whenever my sister came and she left, she was there for a few minutes and then she left because she was hungry. So her girlfriend took her to the Chinese restaurant and came back and gave my boyfriend some Chinese food, and I was so mad because why would you eat while someone's in labor and they can't eat but only ice chips? I was so pissed off. Go ahead and eat Chinese food in my face and wouldn't eat like out there in the cafeteria room or something. And then after that, sorry again. She keeps moving stuff. And then after that, I told my sister, can you give me like a warm rag for my forehead because it was so hot in that room special thing. And what do you know? I said, I don't want it hot. I don't want it cold. I just want it warm, just right for my forehead. And what do you know? Her ass gave me a freaking rag that made me feel like I was running a damn fever. To the point, that's how hot the rag was. To the point that my forehead was hot. And then after that, so, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking, like, okay. But, and so, like, whenever they had came and checked my cervix, oh, there you go. I was still at 3 centimeters dilate. And I was 80% in phase at that time. My contractions was getting strong. And so, what do you call? And so, at 3 hours later, they had, I felt like my water broke, but it didn't. The lady had came and said that the thing that they use, the liquid that they use to check your mucus, oh my gosh, your cervix is because, the thing that they use, I'm sorry, the thing that they use for your cervix will, like, whenever it gets warm down there or something, it starts to come out or something like that. And so that, I guess that's what happened. And, after that, they said that as they checked me down there, they said, they used to strip at first for water, check if that was my water. And then after that, they checked my cervical mucus. They said, if you're not 4 centimeters dilated, then you have to go home. I was like, please let me be 4 centimeters dilated. And what do you know? I was 4 centimeters dilated, 4 to 5 centimeters dilated. And they said that, okay, time to break the water. And so, whenever they broke my water, my sister's like, I want to see what does it look like to break your water, because all she saw was on YouTube. And then after that, they broke my water. They put, I think, a catheter or something to see how far they put it towards the baby head. I guess to see how far the baby is like close to coming out or something. And they hooked it up on my leg or something like that. They used tape or something to hook it up. I don't know. And then after that, they put the Pitocin on me, which I was so angry about. And then my sister's like, how does the contraction feel? Because I would not, oh my gosh, I would not talk whenever I had a contraction. I did not want nobody to talk to me when I had a contraction. I had a freaking puke bowl because I felt so nauseous every time I had a contraction. I had to use those freaking pink bowl things, and and then it felt like my stomach was squeezing, and I had to push my bottom up whenever I had a contraction because it would hurt so bad. You'll have like lower back labor or something like that, back labor. That's the reason why I pushed my body up when I had a contraction. And then I turned on my side, and everybody's like, breathe, Alicia, breathe, because my contractions was going to the point like to 100, and all that. And then every time I had a contraction, they would stare at the monitor where the contraction is, and they would look at the baby heart rate and stuff. And every time I had a contraction, my sister would talk to me and tell me, oh, how bad does it hurt? And I was like, are you serious? I just wanted to knock her out. Whenever you have a contraction, do not let no one talk to you, because that would make things worse. And then 2 hours later, I asked for ice chips, and so I had told my sister, give me some ice chips, and then my contraction came. I almost threw my ice chips at her because it was getting so intense. I'm sorry, I can't hardly talk because I have a cold. And then after that, let's see. After that, I had got on my side because I went to see how would it feel like. Because my last pregnancy, I was never on my side, and so I was on my side. Every time I had a contraction, I would squeeze the bars. That's the only way that would make me feel relief. And then, like, my sister started talking to me again. I was like, F this. Where's the nurse? I told the lady, I told my boyfriend to tell the nurse, can I have the freaking epidural? And then my boyfriend, what do you know? He's going to say, she wants the juice. I said, why the fuck you keep saying I want the fucking juice? I want the damn epidural. So shut the fuck up. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I was like cussing everybody out because I was in pain. And then every time the lady would come, she was like, did it pass 40 minutes? I said, no. She said, well, you should have asked for the epidural in the beginning before we gave you the Pitocin. I said, I don't care. I want the epidural now. I was like, my sister won't shut the fuck up. And then, but I wasn't screaming. I was calm this time with this labor. And then after that, they're like, well, you have to wait for a couple more minutes, for like about 20 minutes. Every time she comes in the room, I said, is my epidural ready yet? Is my epidural ready yet? I'm on my epidural now. And then she's like, well, you gotta wait 3 more minutes. I said, I did wait for a few fucking minutes on my epidural. And so, but you know, the guy came in with my epidural. I felt so happy. But, what do I call? So, whenever I had a setup to get my epidural, they said, tell whenever your next contraction comes, so we don't have to put it in. And so, I had 2 freaking contractions at the same time. The nurse lady, she was holding on to me. She said, whenever you have a contraction, please do not squeeze me. Please do not touch me or squeeze me because, yeah, you're going to hurt me. And then after that, I was like, I started kind of laughing or something. And whenever I got my contraction, whenever the guy was putting my epidural in, which I wish I never had epidural, but oh well. But whenever I was having contraction, I would accidentally, like, squeeze ladies' arms because my contraction, I didn't feel like jumping or anything because I didn't want the guy to mess up or nothing. And so all I would do was just squeeze her arm and yank her clothes whenever I had the contraction. And she got so scared. She got so scared. And then what do you call? The guy was done putting I guess the tube or something in for my medicine. He wasn't even done yet. They laid me down. And then my epidural would not work. So whenever they laid me down, I was to the point. Whenever I was getting my epidural, I was like 5 centimeters. So let's see, it took like about 40 minutes, I guess, to finish with the epidural. And so I was like 5 centimeters, and to the point I was like about 10 centimeters for 5 minutes. And as I lay down, I had the urge to feel like I wanted to doo-doo. I'm sorry, but yes, I feel like I had to push and doo-doo or something like that. I felt the baby's head. And they checked me down there. They was like, do not push because the guy is not finished with your epidural. And so after he got in, putting the medicine in me, the epidural would not work at that time, and the baby head was right there. So he was like, oh, the baby's there. And then they got everything ready. Everybody came in. And then after that, I felt like a ring of fire down there, like burning, very bad burning sensation. And then after that, sorry. After that, what is it called? I had like about 6 more push, and I felt the baby head going down there, and then she finally came out, and her head was, well, her head, but she was like, the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck like one time, so I had to stop pushing, and then after that, they had, to cut her umbilical cord. My boyfriend wanted to, but I guess they had me thought they'd do it instead, and then, after that, let's see, after that, that was it. She started crying. I was so happy I did not tear with this pregnancy, because last pregnancy, I had to get 6 stitches, and I was so tired of using witch hazel and all that. And then, what was it called? I guess that was it. I had to push my placenta out. And then that's whenever, after I got done pushing my placenta out, my freaking, what are it called? Epidural started to kick in. I said, no, this bitch did not start to kick in just now. And they had to, take my epidural thing out, the tube that was in my back, my lower back. They had to take that out. So to me with this pregnancy, it felt like, I had it natural, because my epidural wouldn't work till after I pushed everything out of me. And I did not poop, because if I pooped, my sister would tell me straight up. And then I guess that's about it. My little girl, she's sleeping like always. I had to put her in her car seat because she started to act up, but yeah, in the room because she wanted her bottle. But yeah, I guess I'm all done for my labor and delivery. I'm gonna start trying to catch up with my postpartum or whatever monthly, blah blah blah, week, blah blah blah. And then I guess I'm done. Alright, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever, like I always say. Alright, bye.